Hi, this is Rob. Thanks for joining me for our featured trade of the day. As always, past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. There is a risk of loss trading futures. Let's go ahead and take a look at our chart today in crude oil as our featured trade of the day. We had been cycling lower from the early morning hours. I marked the open here, and we had been cycling lower, and the target came out on the open at 91 even. And so because we were cycling lower per the training on the site, we would be looking for short trades. And so there's two ways, of course, that you use a service. One is to trade to the target and not through it. That's the basic rule. And we trade cycles to the targets, and then we look for the market to consolidate or turn at those levels. And so in this particular case, you could have been more conservative and looked to sell over in this region of the chart. Or if you managed to get short up in here, you could have shorted in here and held through. Or in the third case, you could have approached this trade by stabbing at it multiple times and taking profit multiple times. I'm using a 350 tick chart here, and you'll notice that it's kind of a lot of the bars close in the middle of the range, leaving tails on the bars, often on both sides of the bars. I'm going to show you in a minute a bar that can smooth all this out for you, making the chart much more easy to read. Following the test of the target, this market began to turn around and has headed higher from that level. So two things with the targets. We expect once the target is hit, more often than not, you're going to consolidate and or reverse. And in this particular case, the market has reversed at the target. What does this target level mean to traders? This level is the statistical level at which traders will begin to think the market has gone too far. And so they won't collectively be interested or as interested or willing to continue selling past this point. It's too dangerous. Now, if there are reports in the market or something like this, that is a different ballgame. But on a day like today where there are no reports, this is very commonly or can very often be at or about the low of the day. And so these levels contextualize the market for you. I said a minute ago that I wanted to share with you a bar that did not have this kind of difficult to read nature to it where all the bars have tails on them. And that is a ultimate tick bar that is available through markettradersjournal.com. Let me go through and find that for you. We'll put 150 tick bars on there and take a look at it from that viewpoint. These particular bars will close at their high or their low, making it very clear that you're in a trend going down here. And it'll make it very clear that you're in an uptrend going through here, and again in a downtrend going through here, right into the target. Much easier and much clearer to see what's going on with this type of a bar. Again, these are ultimate tick bars, and they are available through our sister site, Market Traders Journal. You might want to go over there and take a look, markettradersjournal.com. That's what I have for you today. Not showing you this example to show, in hindsight, how great you would have done, but pointing out the idea here is that you can trade cycles towards these targets. This move right here, if you had decided to catch even over in this area, this is about a $350 to $400 move right down through here in crude oil. If you had caught it up in here and rode it all the way down, of course, that's about a $600 move or so. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results, but this is an example where you can get into a trade with relatively low risk. You can see these ultimate tick bars are relatively small. This bar goes from 35 to 43, making that bar only $80 of risk to enter at the low of this bar to the high of that bar. And there's a cycle going through there. So you can very easily see the microcycles that are occurring in the market. The market came down, it came up, it came down, it came up, it came down, it came up, it came down, it came up. You can see on all these tails, every one of these tails with these types of bars is a buying or selling opportunity. And you know that there's a probability that you're going to the target today in the crude oil. That target level percentage for the day trading target system was 77%. So as this market was heading in this direction, you knew that there was about a 77% probability you could get down to this target. And it's just a matter of managing your risk and getting an entry and trying to stick with it. So that's what I have for you today. As always, past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Go over to markettradersjournal.com and check out those ultimate tick bars. I think you'll find those will be a substantial improvement to your trading.